Damn, I ain't be going psycho. Lil' mama bad like Michael. Can't really trust nobody with all this jewelry on you. My roof look like a no-show. Got diamonds by the bolo. Come with the Tony Homo for clowns and all the balls. Oh, I ain't be going psycho. Lil' mama bad like Michael. Can't really trust nobody with all this.
Well, a very warm welcome to the March edition of our Market Wrap. Simon Pintado is my name from the Buxton Real Estate Group. A 70% clearance rate throughout the month of March across the board for Buxton Bentleigh. The clearance rate typically though for Melbourne did hover between the 66 to 73% mark throughout the month of March, which is considerably less than this time last year when it was sitting at around 81%. So what we have finally established is that the real estate market as a whole across Melbourne has certainly returned back to what we would consider a normal level. By no means is it fire stations or panic stations and start to worry about what the real estate market might do or all of these murmurs that we hear in the papers of this bubble bursting. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we live in Melbourne. It is a highly desirable city. It is a very, very desirable place to live. Interest rates have remained unchanged at 1.5% for a very, very long time now. There is no sign of the market crashing as such. However, it did need to return back to a normal level, and we have noticed that at our open for inspections, as well as with auction clearance rates, and that is typically transcribed into having one or two people that are buyers for a property, as opposed to what most agents have been used to previously for the last 3 or 4 years of 5 or 6 buyers per property.
Really trust nobody with all this jewelry on you. My roof look like a no-show.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the top 5 sales for the month. The first was number 1399 to 1401. Dandenong Road in Malvern East, a huge development site which sold at auction for $4,660,000. The next was a beautiful, quite palatial home at number 373 Kooyong Road in Elsternwick. We auctioned that property last Sunday and that sold for $2,650,000. The next was number 19 to 21 Victor Road in Bentleigh East, a private sale property 2 blocks side by side next door to the South Oakley Club, and we sold that property for $2.3 million. Next was number 14 Hall Street in McKinnon, probably one of the best streets in McKinnon. We auctioned that property and it sold for $1,832,000. That'd be a nice ticket, wouldn't it? Break a record in McKinnon. And the last was number 74 Murray Road in McKinnon, a property that I sold 697 square metres of land with an old house on there, and that sold for $1,828,000. Ladies and gentlemen, to finish off, there has been an announcement last week by the state government that there is talks and plans for a second McKinnon Secondary College Zone campus. There is talks and speculation as to where it may be. To give you a bit of an inside running, the most likely location for that to happen will be the corner of East Boundary Road and North Road, where Virginia Park sits at the moment. There's a lot of factories and whatnot out there. That is the most likely location for where the next campus is going to be. All of the speculation as to whether or not the campus zoning is going to grow, shrink, change, move, whatever it might be, there's been no word about that, but my own personal opinion, they have made this secondary campus because the school itself is already over capacity due to a number of developments and whatnot happening locally in the area, and just more and more students going to that school, and it being one of the smallest zones out of any state school in Australia. So do I think that the zone will get bigger? Potentially. Do I think that they're doing it to accommodate more students that they've already got? Absolutely. Do I think it'll affect house prices? The only way that it'll affect house prices is that they will go up. Unless, of course, they were to shrink the zone and you were to get knocked out, which I highly, highly doubt will happen, because as I'm saying this to you, your blood might be boiling thinking if they reduce the zone and kick us out. I don't think that'll happen. There'd be an absolute uproar from the local community if that was to happen. If anything, it would just grow. But again, that is just my opinion, maybe a prediction. Maybe we'll talk about this in a year or two's time when it all comes to fruition, and we can have a bit of a laugh about it. Please, ladies and gentlemen, give me a call for any questions or queries about the McKinnon Secondary Zone, about the new campus, about real estate in general. It is a great time to be buying. It is a great time to be a seller if your feet are on the ground and you are a realistic vendor. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. My name's Simon Pintado from the Buxton Real Estate Group, and I will see you in April.